Hey, how you doing, YouTube? Steve here, and just want to chime in. It's been a long time since I posted a video, and so I thought I would chime in really quick with something I'm doing. First of all, this summer, I actually went into business with a friend of mine, doing contracting together, and so full-blown LLC and all of that. Now, I'm still a teacher. So for me, summer will be the full-time gig, and then it'll be part-time. So for me, it's not really a big change, other than the types of jobs I'll be doing will be a little bit bigger in scale because I have another guy who is way more experienced than even I am. Not that even I am, as if I have tons and tons of experience. So that was not meant to be arrogant. I have experience. This guy just simply has a lot more experience. So it's exciting. I've worked with him before. He got me started in the business a long time ago, more or less back in 1990. And I've been doing it on my own for a long time since. And so coming back together with him and doing all of this is really exciting. And this trailer behind me is just a godsend. It's a Paulk-Send, even more appropriate. So, really just happy with this. Had a day off today. Nothing really going on because of the weather. It's been super rainy here in upstate New York. And so with some things that we had going on, it was just a day to take a break. So I did, and I got a few things done at the house. And with this, I was actually able to do a couple of handyman projects that my wife was wanting me to come on. And she's a landlord for apartments. She is kind of a property manager. She manages for an owner. And so she had me come down and do some handyman projects. One of them happened to be installing on a screen door, no big deal, but just broken hinge. And so I decided to replace both hinges, of course, why not, since I'm here, but it was a broken hinge. And when I showed up, because I had the trailer, I had things like hat, glasses, getting older, pencil, and by the way, pencil, I have, let's see if I can see them, right down here, tons and tons and tons of pencils right in there. So never without a pencil if I had this trailer. And things like shims. And so just looking down here, had these plastic shims that I use quite frequently, and of course wood shims. And I have the ability to make wood shims because I have a shim ripper that I made. But things like this to hold the door in place, to make sure that my reveal is correct with just a single set of hands. And of course, I had the hinge kit, came with screws and all of this. Now, I will say though that these 3/4 inch screws, very nice and mostly appropriate, but even better, I had my hardware store, and in my hardware store I had 1-inch screws, number 8s, all labeled, and I got a little placard in there and everything. And so I had screws appropriate to the job. I had, shims appropriate to helping me out needing what I do. I had my little bag that I could take things in, and I was able to grab any one of any one of my drivers just to make sure that things were happening correctly. So, just really super handy to have all of this right at my fingertips, organized. I can find everything really, really quickly. So, kudos to the trailer, just with these little jobs and certainly big jobs. I've had this on 2 or 3 big jobs this summer already. Kitchen remodels, like a $20,000 kitchen remodel and $40,000 with the cabinets and everything else. Our piece was around 20. And then a $25,000 bathroom gut and put back, custom shower and all of that. So that's been really handy. This has been sitting on both of those jobs, appropriate right to the garage. Can't work out of the garage because the garage was kind of packed with stuff. But I was able to, just have this ready to go, secure. Tools were always there. Track saw, you see the track above me there. Track saws come in really, really handy on just a couple of different cuts, like taper cuts, things like that. So just want to say, hey, if you don't have a tool trailer and you're doing contracting, I recommend some form of organization. It honestly does not have to look like that thing. This is just a Ron Paulk design. I modified it, of course, to make sure it worked for me. But, just having some level of organization, I think, is just absolutely key to efficiency, and it was super efficient today. I had everything I needed, and if I ran into a problem, chances are I could have solved the problem without having to run to the store, providing I had hinges, of course, because that was the main focus of that one, and with the other things that I did. All right, well, thank you very much for sticking with me, and hopefully I'll post a little bit more like with job sites and things that are going on, and just show a use of this and that and the other thing. Now, I will say, I wish I had a battery in here to actually power lights when I'm kind of on site and I'm not, you know, just temporarily pulling in, and I don't want to have to run and plug the trailer in to shore power. It would be nice to have solar. You know, renovations and repairs. Love that trailer. Love everything you've done to it electronically to make sure that it's kind of, it's a thing unto itself, you know, until you have to plug it in once in a while to charge your battery. So cool. But I would love solar on the next trailer. I'm planning on solar, and of course I would like to have at least one, if not multiple, marine deep cycle batteries hooked up with an inverter and all that, so I can actually power things in the trailer without the trailer being hooked up to shore power. Unfortunately, I have no room in this trailer to do anything like that as far as additional space for batteries, unless I start moving tools out of the way, and that's not the purpose or the point. So not this trailer, but maybe the next one, hopefully a little bit bigger than this, 6x10. With the nose a little bit longer, and love it, but it's a single axle and it's pretty much maxed out, and there are a few other things I'd like to take with me. So anyway, there you go. Thank you very much for sticking with me on this one, and you know, there you have it. You know, of course, you know, no power at the moment, but just loving this place. Thank you. Take care.